Greetings, Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Nangadef. Hello. Today I'm discussing the Wolof language. Wolof is the national language of the country of Senegal. It's also spoken in the Gambia and Mauritania. I have many friends from Senegal, including my fiance, and the Senegalese people pride themselves on Teranga, or warm hospitality, in Wolof language. The country of Senegal is located in West Africa and has a population of around 16 million. Senegal was once the center of the West African slave trade, and it was colonized by the French. For those reasons, French is also the main language of Senegal, and it is mainly used formally. English and also Arabic are spoken in Senegal as well, because Senegal is a predominantly Muslim country. The interesting thing about Senegal is that you may hear, even though the official language is Wolof, or the national language of Wolof, is French, English, and Arabic all being, French, Wolof, and Arabic all being interspersed together. It's not quite the melting pot of languages that we think of in the United States, but those languages are spoken as well. Verbal gestures. According to Lenore Gramble, a linguistic professor at the University of Chicago, the term verbal gestures refers to a set of linguistic elements that are not lexical per se, and includes sounds or segments which stand outside a language's phonemic inventory, but is still part of its communicative system. For instance, in English, we use verbal gestures like and Wolof uses numerous verbal gestures such as clicks, teeth sucking, and phrases like wah, and are used quite often in communication. Wolof verbal gestures serve to distinguish themselves depending on the setting. So while wah actually means yes, depending on the setting, it can be used to convey many different meanings. The difference between verbal gestures in American English and in Wolof is that in American English, we don't have a set rule for when we use or or uh-oh. And Wolof, they do. So those are some things that are kind of interesting. Also, clicks. Clicks represent one class of sounds used in languages which do not have clicks in their regular phonemic inventory, according to the World Atlas of Linguistic Structure. They also provide a survey of paralinguistic clicks. Examples of click in Wolof that speakers may use would be one click for yes and two clicks for no. Language difficulties can arise for several reasons in Senegal. For one thing, the Senegalese people have the habit of switching language, sometimes in mid-sentence, very often in mid-sentence. For instance, they may start off with an Arabic greeting, such as Assalamu alaikum, and then ask you how you're doing in Wolof, which is Nangadef. And then they may switch for the rest of the conversation to French, or for a good part of the conversation to French, and then switch back again to Wolof. The second reason that language difficulties can arise is some words such as wah, which means yes, are also used in different ways instead of for yes. And it also must sound like the English word for wow, which in some cases they do use the word wah, W-A-A-W, as wow. Another trait of Wolof speakers is that they may use clicks combined with eye gestures, and clicks can substitute for certain words such as wah, yes, or deet deet, no, which is two clicks. In conclusion, unlike the U.S., Senegal is not a melting pot of languages. They do not use phrases here or there, but rather they intersperse them in just about every conversation with a combination of Wolof, French, and Arabic. Wolof is a fascinating language, and I hope that you would like to learn more about it. Some of my resources that I use for this are www.everyculture.com/Senegal, https://luciano.universityofchicago.edu/blog/Grenoble, Grenoble, and www.wildjinket.com/Senegal. Thank you very much. This is Kara Crittenton.